Alright, so let's get this started then. Uh, ChairmanFan Lloyd asked us to go over his set versus Hotashi from the last FGC Meetups.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, hey guys.
Hello. What up?
Uh, so yeah, let's first of all, as always, round starts. I'm a Bridget main myself. I play against Lloyd very frequently, or I have played a grand total of at least 100 to 200 games versus Lloyd as Bridget, I would assume. Um,
At this point,
uh, the round starts versus Bridget. Bridget Farslash is fairly good, I think, against Giovanna round start. So something to consider is a low profile option like 2K 2D if you want to beat that specifically. As well as that, there's the classic Giovanna walk back dash 5K, 5H dash 5K dash 2K. That is if
easy
you want to
round
be
start.
aggressive. You don't have to be
Yeah.
aggressive at round start. There's always just walk back, do nothing, which is generally a good thing to do. So let's get started. 2K and just walk back far slash just to establish and see what's going on. This is just RPS situation, no big issues going on. Gets to start. Why are you jumping?
Um.
You don't need to jump. You're
Yeah.
Giovanna.
Yeah.
You're Giovanna against a well you're
I
jumping
guess
against a character with some of the best anti-airs in the game.
the thought initially was if they're. I guess I might. I was looking for like a far slash attempt at that point, just
Far
because they
slash would
did
still
a
recover in time to at least block there.
Contra. Okay.
Bridget
Makes
Far
sense.
slash recovers quite quickly.
Yeah.
So we got the counter hit 2H on the jump, but like even in this even in this situation where you jumped in, if you see Yo-Yo set out, so this was just Yo-Yo set.
Hmm.
If you can recognize that it was just the set and not the throw, the that's, my nomenclature is a bit wonky about it, but when I say throw, I
Yeah.
mean hitbox on the way out.
But
When I say set, it's hitbox on the way back.
yeah.
Um, if you can, you don't really have to do much there. Depending on what you expect, you can just like hard RPS or just walk right outside Bridget range at that point. You
Gotcha.
run the risk of cornering yourself, but I don't think that's too big of an issue since you have such great ground speed. Um,
Yeah. I guess I'm more afraid of courting myself than like a big part that like I always want to think about is like not courting myself, just because I personally don't like being in that situation if I can help it. So
yeah,
I tend to go for more aggressive options because of that.
you don't have to be aggressive.
Or just like
You're super aggressive.
non-back.
Like what you Giovanna's like really good at whiff punishing, right? That is
Mhm.
her thing. She is so good at whiff punishing. But contrary to popular belief, a whiff punish doesn't necessarily have to be hitting the opponent. It can be
Mhm.
as simple as starting your offense, as simple as approaching to a point where you're favorable. And I think that's
Mhm.
something that can help you rewire your thought process against a long range character like Bridget and Axel.
That makes sense.
Um,
It links a bit easier for me for Axel just because it's a more traditional zoner style.
mhm.
So, but thinking about it in terms of the Bridget thing makes sense.
So like things that you can potentially recognize. Far slash heavy slash there was right outside the range of the heavy slash follow up, so you
Hmm.
have to reset some way or potentially go for kickstart my heart. So depending on what you're trying to get around, you approach or you try to stuff. And then that's your
Hmm.
impatience. Hotashi decided to retreat and just cover space rather than being aggressive, and that allows him to react to what you're doing, gets this punish, and he does uh, a thing. I'm not.
Hmm.
I can complain about Hotashi's combos all day, but
Yeah.
here, what you're doing 2D. I guess
Expecting.
if you're like trying to respond to, okay, I saw the whiff 2H, so I'm trying to punish something, I would
Yeah.
expect a dash forward of sorts, or like
Dash
dash
forward
forward
or
6p, dash forward 5k. I think that would at the very least 5-5k would maybe trade.
I think I also thought this with low profile, but
Yeah,
Bridget swings low enough.
no, it should low profile heavy slash.
Yeah,
I think it was just
but
too slow to get to the low profile.
makes sense.
I don't know. 2D just doesn't seem like the answer here because I don't think you have enough plus frames for 2D to be relevant.
Makes sense.
It's become Hotashi baiting burst. Some quick interactions here.
Has he committed
Trying
to
to
a
dash
roll
back.
yet?
Wait, what?
The roll hasn't come out unless it was going to hit.
Yeah.
So he's not hard committed in neutral with a roll yet.
That's like the third time he's done it already.
I think it's just the second, but even still, I wouldn't say that's enough to quite establish a pattern
No.
just yet, but
Not yet.
you said this punished something? Dash 5k, yeah. I don't know. I think you can find a little bit more success with like a dash 6p. Dash 6p
Okay.
covers air options. He is in the air. When he's committed to the roll, he has to stay in the air. In addition to backdash, you get double jump. You get cancel early. Cancel early would go through your upper body invulnerability from your 6p, I think.
Okay.
And then it would, I think 6p here in this case would trade. But you have to be able to think, where is Bridget moving? What can she do? Because there's a lot of different things that Bridget can do from a roll.
Gotcha.
Chief among which is attack and retreat. Very simple options, but Hotashi
The
so
other
far is committed to a lot of really low, and maybe
committal.
has low committal options, I don't want to say low impact, but
Like just safe options.
yeah, safer options, low committal, despite the redundancy.
The thought that I have, like, I guess I'm a way of thinking for me that's like probably a problem is I'm afraid of throwing 6p in neutral, just in general.
I
Just
think
since like
throwing 6p in neutral is like okay. It's okay if you know what's going on. So I think the big thing to keep track of is spacing and where Bridget is on screen, which, despite sounding like they're the same thing, I mean spacing on the ground for outside of 2S range, because 2S being her really strong low poke, and where she is on the screen being, is she in the air, is she in the middle of a roll?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's a boiling it down. It's like just 6p with a purpose.
Yeah. Dropped combo from Hotashi / maybe he's baiting burst, but there's no way you should be bursting there in the first place, and I think he would know that, so I guess drop combo. Dash 2p, pretty solid. It's
I
a
went
further
for a greedy second option. I think just dash 2p block is just safer, and like because like at that range,
I have no
I
issue with the idea.
I guess for me it's the follow up that was bad.
Yeah, the approach was good, the follow through was bad. You just happened to go through some sort of stagger setup, and Hotashi challenged. That's just RPSing on defense for him. That's like not a big point of contention here. I think especially in a matchup like this, what we should focus on primarily is how do you get in on Bridget, right? And how do you maintain your defense? Because not only is she moving around a lot, she has an invincible reversal. But your dash 2p, as I'm seeing it, is a further evolution of Hotashi just playing it very patiently on round start. So rather than just walk back into a button, you do dash 2p to challenge that. You're already in, and you can probably figure something out that's a little bit tighter, but maybe the recognition from blocking 2P is you don't get a big follow-up after that. Maybe like 2P, 6P into further RPS afterwards, or like 2P2, just keep pressing 2P and whatnot.
If we're
So
talking about spacing, just getting a block there is good though. Like even if
Yeah.
he challenges out, I blocked that range. I'm in a good range there.
what are
I should be
you
happy with that.
what are you trying to beat with dash up 2P? Just
It beats defensive options.
like, but does it hit low? No, right?
It does not hit low.
It's the thing is it's safe because 2P recovers fast enough that if they go for a jump defensive option, I should recover in time and be able to challenge theoretically.
I think maybe you could consider, instead of dash 2P, dash 2K. 2K
Yeah.
marginally slower, but it does have a good low profile, and it goes underneath far slash and heavy slash.
I mean,
Also
like,
combos.
if you're gonna commit to the dash, right? And I would do a low, just because if they're just walking back, you hit them on the walk back.
Makes sense.
Otherwise, 2P kind of doesn't like you do a risk to like if they hit a button round start, it loses anyways at that point.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, I
So
think
my-
round start, what Frank is saying, makes sense. Like in the corner, like I was saying
Yeah.
yesterday, I think dash up 2P is great pressure. But round start, if you're going to take that risk, yeah.
Yeah, like if you're gonna take the risk of I'm gonna dash and hit a button, might as well take the risk instead of be like, well, if I dash and hit a button, they hit a button round start, I lose the interaction.
Makes sense.
Continuing knockdown. That there wasn't a safe jump. That's a risky burst point because you can option select a
Just
little
jump
bit
cancel it, you know?
by just like 2K walk back and let the yo-yo hit back.
Okay.
It was a 2K, not a 5K, so you don't get a jump cancel. Also, I've definitely hit you with this setup before, and you did not block it this time.
Yeah.
That's JS is 2 hits overhead. That the
Yep.
layer 1 is you do both hits. Layer 2 is you cancel JSH so the second hit doesn't connect, and then you do a low.
Yeah.
It's not easy to fuzzy block. I think there's a fuzzy timing to get around it, but it's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
But risky burst point, good 2D, low profiling the roll in. Something I want to point out that a lot of people don't really focus about is when yo-yo is out, there's not much to be scared of, and if you walk behind the yo-yo, you're just further giving up space to bridge it, right? So you're like 2 options when yo-yo set is out is get behind the yo-yo so it doesn't hit you on the way back and you don't have to worry about it, or get close and try to get Bridget to block or hit her. Your 2D there, dash 2D, I think was a very smart option. It low profiles far slash, heavy slash, and the air options as we saw. But as well as that, the decision making evolves into Bridget covers low for a little bit, and then just holds out the stop sign, and once the yo-yo comes back, she reestablishes in neutral. But then you just run it back, assuming you're not getting hit by it. So low profile, you get your safe jump setups.
What is he mashing there? It's gotta be DP.
Yeah. Let's just take a look at why you got hit here. That's the same situation. Awareness of where Bridget is and how to contest her. You did dash 5K. I think 6P is if you can recognize fast enough what she's doing.
Is better. Yeah. It's
Generally
just learning
better.
when I can use 6. That's something definitely that's the game plan need to look at is just when I can. I have the same issue as every other fucking Geo of dash 5K 6P. So
Yeah.
just going to the 6P directly
It's the
is
Geo brain rot.
yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
we
also
can
part of
continue.
it is like you punish 6Ps with thing. Like you've done that to me.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
every character can do that. So
I guess yeah, that's another thing is like
it's
'cause I see
like-
Geo being able to punish 6Ps like yeah, this is easy, and then everyone like
But it's like the idea isn't necessarily definitely use 6P. It's if you are going to press a button, use 6P.
or
And
at least
also,
it's-
I'd like to point out this is the 3rd time in a row that Hotashi has done this with yo-yo set out.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing too. He has not committed to a roll yet.
He has done rolling movement, air back dash, JH.
makes sense.
leads to another
I need to-
knockdown.
That might be just like I'm way too used to playing Dostrow because I think you go in a bit more than he does. That was a failed super attempt.
Right here.
No, when I jump into the air, that
Oh, failed jump super.
yeah.
Would have. I mean, your normal super probably would have hit there.
I think just like one of the plus frames, and if I get the cross up by accident, I'm really happy there, and that angle is pretty good to accidentally get that cross up.
Yeah.
It seems fine. I think what we might want to be worried about is that you jumped here. I think that's a dangerous
Yeah.
jump.
I think with the super, it's a bit safer, no?
I
'Cause,
mean,
like if I super jump, hit the super right there, does Bridget? I guess Bridget can.
well,
just
I'm
beat me.
saying Hotashi did roll here. He messed up his combo first of all. Secondly, you can get just straight up hit right in that
That's fair. Yeah.
pre-jump frames if Hotashi did, I guess, something else. But
Okay, I
also
see what you mean now.
Hotashi messed up his setup here. Safe jump, close slash, roll,
Yeah, I think
or
if you're
even
gonna
2S.
super, I think if you're gonna super, you should just do the ground super.
Fair.
That's
It's
the
safer.
It's
first
well,
time.
It's not safe because if you block shoot, you die for it.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
So at this point, stop and dash is -4 up close. So like, let's say stop and dash would hit you right here, then it's +4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here, that's the distance Bridget is most likely plus, right?
Mm. Okay.
I'm just assuming, but it's like one for sure. It's
No,
like it hits you on this
I
frame.
see.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is definitely active here, and it's definitely active at least here, probably there. This is the range where it's like Bridget presses and she's plus enough, where she
Gotcha.
controls the space. So you need to pick your what you're wanting to do. And after here, you pressed a button.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
think
wire?
I tried to do a dash blue forward, blue RC forward.
Yeah, it looks
dash.
like you're starting to do some sort of RC. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
RC startup.
Which is definitely not safe in this situation, yeah.
But if
I
you,
didn't realize that could leave you plus.
yeah, so once you block at that range, it turns into yet another RPS situation. Far slash is 10 frames, heavy slash is 11 frames for Bridget. 2S somewhere in the realm of 12, 13. I don't remember.
Okay.
But 2S only hits about right here at this range.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's how do you want to approach after this, or like how to get out? You can try jumping. Jumping would beat heavy slash, but not far slash. It would beat 2S. Dash block would be at the very least safe. 6P would beat far slash, heavy slash, lose to 2S. Trying to press a button, which I don't know why you would, because
like
you're
if
not
you
in a,
wanna
you're not
hold
you're
down
not in a
space
range
key.
where you're going to hit Bridget without dashing, and by dashing, Bridget is definitely going to hit you before you can do
Yeah.
something.
You could probably just block FD here, and the follow up won't hit with Bridget.
The HH follow up will still connect at this range.
Yeah.
We can just be a little bit safer. Okay, Hotashi did a micro dash forward for that, so that you do get a little bit, but it's still a weird gamble.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing something to get
It's
out,
some-
you are not doing dash BRC for sure, at the very least.
Yeah. It was my thought I think it's a problem of me not respecting. I still try to group matchups in my head a little bit. It's something that if like a Testament wants to be greedy, blue RC forward feels good in that situation. So I applied it here. I
Yeah.
think that was just the wrong idea.
Testament and Bridget approach corner pressure in very different ways, where Testament is trying to sort of loot the stain state and a bunch of mids. Bridget is trying to get to a point where Yo-Yo is out and you are respecting her buttons so that she can initiate a 50-50.
That makes sense.
So Yo-Yo is out and tried to get you to respect. Hotashi doing a bad combo, so business as usual. I mean, I heard Hotashi say that he just tried to feel it out with Bridget before he learned combos,
Mm.
but also that JH maybe it was a missed input. You do JSH after that normally.
Mm-hmm.
Next round, let's check the round start. The last things you did on round start, you
Dash
did
2P.
dash 2P and 2D or something, right?
No, I don't think I did anything.
2K.
2K.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hotashi did walk back, or walk back, / walk back, OS block mid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens here. Jump, not terrible. I think on round start it's not terrible. I will criticize you if you do it again at far range.
Mm-hmm.
But you
I
did.
didn't follow up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just JD there.
It's just probably just pick
didn't do the follow up.
just pick a different button.
It's a double overhead if I just clicked it or tapped
Yeah.
the overhead.
You either just small oversight.
Yeah.
Trying to dash block maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Uh,
Because it wasn't a counter, right? So.
it wasn't a counter. It looked like you were moving. Let's see.
Yeah. Start up with
Or
the
like
animation.
fuzzy jump out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Feels like a weird situation to jump.
It's a weird place to do it, I think, is the issue.
Yeah.
I guess 'cause
Hotashi was
is
able
always
to do
represented-
Hotashi was able to do the slight delay on the 2H follow up.
Mhm.
You might think, oh, they did 2H, so you don't get the follow up after that. No, you do get the follow up. You get the follow up off of all of her S buttons.
Gotcha. Okay.
Even at that, Yo-Yo is still kind of a threat. You can dash block Yo-Yo a little bit at that range.
Mhm.
But I feel like if you're dash blocking, you're likely dash blocking after Yo-Yo on average.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
It
not
just-
super happy with the challenge point.
Yeah.
So.
It's just not the place you want to be moving on average.
Mm-hmm. I guess the one thought I could have is he's done set yo-yo a couple of times, so I got
Mhm.
greedy.
This is
Because
some-
on set yo-yo there, I'd be alive.
Here's the introduction of the challenge on the approach rather than letting Yo-Yo be a threat. This is good decision making. Safe jump, catches the back dash. Classic Lloyd.
No follow up on my part. That was a whole combo.
Okay, so that was after getting around JH, so that happened to be a good jump in. JH, you can jump in, often punish if you preempt it. Might have been able to punish you if they did far slash with a 6P, but I'm not sure. This timing's a little bit odd.
I guess one thing I wanted to, because Randy was talking about that I don't threaten like empty jumps and stuff like that enough. I guess thoughts on your end on just like even on Geo, empty jumping for like certain spacings or callouts or stuff like that.
Do you mean just like
Do nothing
empty
jumping
jump in a neutral situation or empty jump on your like safe jump
neutral
stuff?
situation.
Yeah.
Probably fine.
I think that's generally solid because you're not committing to anything and you can just simply get hit sometimes. If you're scared that they're going to hit you, then just approach and block is generally fine. It's like dash blocking but in the air, I guess. The only difference is you can't block. You can't block until after a certain amount of time when you're air dashing.
Yeah.
But that's
And
the
you
only
cannot
like
deep break.
big difference.
Gotcha.
Unfortunate dropped
I just
combo
dropped
there. That was the first time Hotashi went in after. So what was
You didn't
happened
even really
here?
go in. You just the same thing.
you just
mean-
do 5H? I think that's punishing a backdash. It feels like Hotashi's backdashing so much right now.
Yeah.
I think that was you didn't expect him to do anything even though you did JH 5H.
I figured it was just gonna block string, I think, and then I didn't expect the hit.
Yeah, I think that.
because the JH was a block. It wasn't a hit on the first one. So I
Yeah,
was surprised the second one hit.
but I think you might have been able to get a pickup with like dash 2k, dash 5k off of
Oh
that wall
no,
bounce.
I just 214S. The wall bounce gives it enough time that I get a confirm off of it.
Okay, and then
I
you
I
have
know that
50% tension to RC afterwards if you want it.
if I'm really greedy, 236K also might work at that spacing.
That's spiral arrow, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the wall bounce might give you enough time, but
Yep.
it's just understanding the combo there.
That was just a spacing, or not a space, unawareness issue.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hotashi pressing, that looked like wake up throw tech. Let's find out together. Okay, come on, frame by frame. Nope, that was 5k. Hotashi just pressing.
Just
Is-
mashing.
Good confirming to super. Take the payout rather than risking it later. We have 50% tension here. Oh, and we're out. Hotashi deciding not to actually take a mix-up. Let's check some. You 2k or 2D here. You dash forward and simply get hit. Looked like you were maybe
Yeah.
pressing a button.
I think I was dashing again. Because it's not counter, right?
Yeah, you didn't get counter hit.
Yeah. I think I caught dash frames.
This
Oh
is
no, this is an issue that I actually have that I wanted to I need to work on. I
Yeah,
do
that looked like
dash
dash.
jump way too much. So that's 6 frames on which I'm vulnerable. Like
Mhm.
I'm constantly giving up. And I realize it's a bad habit.
Dash jump is only if you're very far away at all, I think, or you're trying to air your opponent. But Bridget is very strong in the air and she's already in the air. I think this is just something where it's like, okay, I need to pay attention, a little bit more attention to where my opponent is on screen, and specifically Bridget because of how well she moves.
Yeah.
You definitely could have anti-aired there. So let's say, okay, here I recognize that she's.
If I saw the dash ID, I just DP here if with a bit more awareness.
You can
Yeah.
do 6B too.
6P is on average
6P
safer
Yeah.
because of or
I just think the 6P height sometimes fucks you a little too hard. So like, and it's slow. So
if you
I've
can
been
recognize that Hotashi did jump backdash into roll, he can't do anything except hit do an attack after this.
gotcha. I didn't know that. Okay.
It's also just sometimes hard to keep track of.
Yeah. But this is just like a Bridget awareness thing because she be moving.
Yeah.
She's always moving. Hotashi not remembering yo-yo timing as well. Set up meaty yo-yo. JS is 2 hits, guys.
Nice block. And now he goes to the grab. Oh no,
Nice
nothing.
BRC.
nice confirm.
You definitely could have done something else off of like 5k because of the BRC. You
You
do
could-
like
I
5k
this
dash
was
cancel close
panic.
slash, for instance.
Yeah, I would say you
This
probably
was
could have
pure
just
panic.
Yeah.
close slashed for a huge combo there.
Mm-hmm.
He's stuck in those fucking grab frames for so long.
Yeah. I gotta just be a bit more aware. It's like I'll definitely blame nerves on that one.
I like this interaction here. Hotashi sets up. You wait a little bit, evaluate if they're doing something, and then the dash 5k. Of course, that loses to slight delay on their part, but so far Hotashi hasn't really represented that. There's that dash
Hotashi's not-
5k,
That was
or dash 6p, excuse me, recognizing they're in the air. And this is at least like a safe situation, right? This is a little bit
only
minus, but
-4.
They're not going
It's
to do
not going
anything.
around.
Yeah, he's. Oh, there he goes. He actually won it.
50-50. That was a strange setup, but I was trying to go back before that even. That
You
I
don't
think
have
that
to
2D is pretty smart.
It's the cover going in.
Yeah.
So
2D might
Ooh.
lose to JS though, because JS hits pretty low.
Yeah, I think the distance JS doesn't work because
Yeah.
I have no fucking hit.
Probably, because she's super far away. You don't have to. JH is what you're worrying about, I guess.
Yeah.
Right here, there's that 2D dash jump. That's just trying to gain a little space, I guess. It is to the point where it's like really detrimental to what you're doing. Is Hotashi doing a weird setup again? That was I'm scared of 50% there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by that a lot. I lose the set off of that.
There might be a fuzzy throw timing to it. I'm not sure.
For what?
Yeah.
The scooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, empty scooter. It's just this
You
is
could
just I
You could just 6P it.
But that was the point where so he did full speed scooter here. So it's like I'm getting backed off here. I'd say that's on average hard to react to.
Yeah, it's just
Geo
something
6P
to
is
do in
also 12 frames, so a lot of the time it just fucking gets clapped.
You might get hit by the hitbox. The hitbox is like right here. I think it might still hit low enough.
Yeah. So like I
I'm not
don't
sure,
really
though.
like challenging it with 6P on Geo just because her 6P is so slow.
But this was I got hit and now I'm scared of them doing the follow up. But that's just hard 50-50 RPS style situation. You might be able to fuzzy throw it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Set up. Hotashi should be doing different block strings, but okay.
I mean, I'll take getting out.
There's that dash block there. There's that dash block.
So, I think at this point, Lloyd, I think you're safe to just 6P after that, because he's done some follow up every time after throwing out yo-yo from that length.
Yeah. I'm just not comfortable using 6P as a defensive tool. That's a me problem.
That
And
would
then I just get clocked here.
Yeah.
I'd get too greedy.
Dude, Starship is active forever. You can literally just wait for it to hit the ground, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
not much using it. Oh, well, he held it off that time.
Good 6P. Get a confirmation off of that. Unfortunate drop, though.
Yeah.
Challenged your approach.
Yeah, why not grab?
Round start. 5H. 5H at least trades with far slash. I don't
Yeah.
think it would catch walk back, though. Hotashi picks 2K, ends up going right under it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's 2K?
Yeah. Bridget,
I thought that was 2S this whole time. No,
it
2S
looked like
is the spin.
he did like slight dash to us.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't. Okay.
Or 2K,
Sorry, I thought he
mean.
round started it. Never mind.
That was like round start,
Yeah.
slight dash 2K.
We good.
Right here.
I just didn't watch the video well enough.
That was 2S afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
This was just odd to me, just the look of it. It's not anything of note other than this is just not hitting you.
Good old
Like-
scoliosis coming in clutch.
Like it looks like it should be active right here, but you're just not getting hit by it. I think it's just after the active frames. It just looked weird to me.
It's just spacing.
Burst comes out. Great use of the 5K this time. That might have caught the air back dash off of, or air back dash JH. Not sure. But at the very least, Yo-Yo is out and you're not scared of it. Like he sets up, you're trying to get close. He does something and then starts to roll. Jump. JH, he's covering space. He enters his roll afterwards to threaten, and you are saying that's not allowed. We break through the wall. That was a weird set of interactions. Let's just take a look at this.
They've been landing with a lot of JS,
Yeah.
I think, at this point, so I just want
JH.
JH, yeah.
Air throw? Can I get an air throw? Right, he's recognized that you're starting to challenge here. Yo-yo's out. He's covering the ground here. This is your sign to say, okay, I've done the same thing, like, and it's worked 3 times in a row, 3 times in a row, and it's now time to switch it up, or at least pay a little bit more attention.
Think about it at least.
That's
Oh,
I don't want
he's-
to get hit by anything after the RC. If you're gonna YRC there, consider YRCing after the fast RC.
But he
Mhm.
wasn't gonna fast RC there.
That's true.
He was gonna do the same thing where he has bar walk up grab.
At the very least, consider the implication, because yeah, I think
I-
Frank was right there.
Yeah, I don't like my use of RC that I
He's
ever
been
did.
he's been super. He's been doing this like a ton.
Yeah, this looks
Yeah.
like you're scared of DP, but you can just get a true block string here.
Yeah,
If you're scared of DP, just go for a true block string.
yeah.
Punishes the approach here. Where's your
Nice.
get a
Where's your
huge lead
punish?
there.
You did
Where's your
I know.
counter hit close slash? Counter hit
know.
close slash, please.
Yeah, I know. It's
That-
bad.
They would have
That's the
fucking
round.
died.
Yeah, no, that was bad. I know.
Changing the song.
Oh, resetting the song.
Yeah, you don't want
guys
your
are
you don't
good.
want your song ending. Oh, we missed the round start. Come on,
I think
Goose.
something I just remember from the set from when I'm not even rewatching it, but like I just remember he did a bunch of like scooter plus into grab.
We've
Yeah,
seen
no,
one so far.
You're gonna watch me get hit by it every fucking time.
Yeah, I think he does it a lot in the set.
Missed the
Reversal.
timing there.
I like how you're handling yo-yo. I think you're just saying this is not free for you to do. I like how you're handling this. You're handling it in a few different ways. The yo-yo is out. You've done like just 2Ds. You've just done approach, feint approach. Then this time, you do like mix up your timing on the way in. You catch him out of the air really well.
Oh, I thought he backdashed that.
I delayed the throw enough.
Mm.
That was a weird DP on my part.
Hotashi's scared of safe jump. That was that was super minus. That was super minus.
I know. That's just me being way too afraid of the meter still. I'm
You-
not.
You can fuzzy throw that. You can fuzzy throw
Yeah.
that. It's like
I need to just practice it.
early hit scooter. If you're scared of the, you have to like
'Cause-
make them do it, right? You have to make them know that the threat of shoot actually exists. Because if they're doing it up close like that, then you have you could just throw them because there's hardly any blocks done on
Yeah,
Kickstart My Heart.
Can't they cancel it at any point?
Yeah,
guess, like, I just-
but there's not all that much blocks done, and throw is 2 frames.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
you also have a 4-frame 5P.
You have
No,
if you're trying to throw, you have 1 frame of vulnerability.
Yeah. This is just, I think I've played you way too much. And I've come to just like default expect it, and I need to not.
You can just
I think
like,
this is
just
also a symptom of like I'm playing against Dostrow in my head and not Bridget, if that makes sense.
He woke up grab. What a mad lad.
With punish.
a lot of people don't know the best way to punish Roger Dive is to not get hit by it.
Just to parry it.
Yeah, same with like Bandit Bringer and like Ram Flip.
Any
Well, the
dive
best
kick-
you ram flip is like 25 plus frames, technically reactable.
Yeah, Rams it's like 30 frames, so definitely you can like 5P it, but like
Mhm.
But Roger Dive, it's -5, but it puts you at a weird spacing.
Mhm.
Did you empty jump there?
I
Yeah.
think you did the
Well,
H too
I
late.
did it too late. I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's a timing to catch, backdash sometimes, but I think I didn't jump high enough. It's me messing up a setup.
Yeah, the H is coming out, but it's not
Yeah,
hitting.
yeah.
You might be able to just even hit stop OS that,
Yeah,
like JH buffer 5K or something. I don't know.
yeah. There's things I can do there. That's just not blocking the JH again.
Why'd you get hit by that? What are you trying to do? You don't have meter there.
This was probably a DP attempt, wake up DP attempt.
It's a safe jump.
Good to know.
Well, he might have not done the safe jump version, but it's supposed to be a safe jump.
Okay, cool.
And if Bridget is doing a roll against you, unless the actual roll hits you, then it's probably a safe jump.
Cool. Okay. Yep.
That was late enough to think that maybe it could have been plus. Let's just double check, because I wasn't paying attention all that much.
Did pretty quick.
That's not plus.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have my jab out. I just
The 5P is coming. Dude, if you think the throw is coming, mash that shit, bro. Mash that shit.
Yeah. I mashed 5P in that throw. Okay.
You probably want
At
to
least-
since he has meter, he's always gonna PRC OS.
Nope.
No, teching just puts you back to neutral.
I know, but if you backdash, he's gonna punish it with a throw.
No, but I'm
PRC.
saying mash 5P,
Just
dude.
mash throw.
Oh, but what was
Yeah.
the situation before? Could you like mash?
Is kickstart my heart. You're plus here.
Oh,
you
is
are
it on
you are
meter?
100% plus here.
No, this is on block. Yeah, this is like after that block.
This is on
I
block.
do mash. I just didn't mash fast enough.
So let's just
'Cause
take a look.
This is no slow
Backdash.
kickstart either.
You are 100% plus there.
If that 100% beats it, then sure.
You are
Like, if it's
100% plus
punished,
there.
sure.
If you
I
are
just didn't mash.
if you are watching out for the throw, mash that shit.
I'd lab it, but yeah, if
No-
it's a punish with free damage.
It might
I
not
just-
have been
I was like 1 frame off or something.
it
I was
might
too
not
delayed
have
on
been a
the-
punish, but at the very least you were plus.
Yeah.
That
But
spacing was a little bit
it's-
weird.
I guess.
But I think it could it almost likely could have been a punish there.
Wait, why does it say punish?
Even if it's
it-
like
It
even
punished
if
your
it's minus
5P.
1, can't you still get grabbed?
If it's -1, they can backdash. Because -1, your
Yeah,
one
no,
frame
but
move
you can't
has.
backdash there because he's always gonna grab PRC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But in
But
this
it
case,
depends
Lloyd
where-
was plus like at least 3.
If it's free, yeah, if it's free damage with the jab, definitely take the jab.
But I'm saying, if you're thinking the grab is coming out there, mash 5P.
I just didn't mash.
Has it always been that situation? Has it always been minus, like whenever he's doing the scooter?
No.
No.
Yeah. Oh, not always when doing scooter. Every time I get thrown, I think this set he was minus. Because I recognized that after I got thrown, I was like, I could have mashed that.
You need
If-
to like just get a little extra practice against Kickstart My Heart, because Kickstart My Heart is just how late do I block that?
If that thing's zooming across the screen.
That's dying.
Yeah, the only way it's not plus when you're going full speed is if you're super far away.
There you could probably like dash up DP. Cause he's just doing a lot of. That's what in my set versus Hotashi I like wasn't 6Ping. I think that killed me. I wanted to like not use it because I thought he would like bait it out.
Hey, that's me.
It ended up
Just
killing
like
me.
me for real.
This situation here, yo-yo throw, you tried to dash block.
Like there, it's gonna be raw, and he's gonna have to go in for a roll, which he's been doing.
I think this was
Yeah.
Lloyd trying to dash block out.
Oh, it's
Right
the
here.
adaptation.
Lloyd trying to dash block out. Hotashi doesn't commit to anything. And then Lloyd is scared about Hotashi doing something else. When you have initiative here, because Hotashi is landing.
Yeah.
So you do dash block. And then that's sort of like a reset to neutral.
I had an opportunity to go.
Air
over there, I just didn't.
backdash I think definitely isn't the thing to do here.
Yeah,
if
she
you're
kinda
in
got
being in the air isn't like terrible, but air backdash definitely isn't what you want to do.
Gotcha.
Against Bridget, I think you're only gonna trade with, at best, in the air.
I mean, you could like
But I get it. It's like a
double
pending
jump,
option.
but that air backdash is like I'm scared, and you don't have to be scared
He's
at
probably
that
gonna grab
situation.
here. Or just
Oh, he had
Hotashi
defender rights.
Fucking do a combo, please. Oh my god.
Killed DP 3 times.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
That
with
was
the
just
early
that was
supers.
just a surprise option trying to catch you blocking. I think Chip might have Chip was a factor. You'd had to
Very
pay
much
attention
so,
to
yeah.
it. You had the tension to defend against it.
Mm-hmm.
Round start.
Oh wait,
6p.
Wait. What
Go
happened
back.
there?
real fast. Hotashi's playing on a. He doesn't play on pad usually, does he?
Oh, he does.
No,
He,
he,
d- he
he
always
does. He always
does.
plays on
Okay.
pad. He's using like
man.
Victrix
Is that a
pad.
fucking
He's trying with the
Ricky
Victrix.
forward?
Yeah.
I thought he was. I thought he was a hitbox player.
No, he's
Nah.
always been a pad player.
I think he like tried to play on it for a little bit, but
Disgusting, am I right, boys?
Didn't Evo top 8 players all get like the Victrix hitbox thing?
Yeah.
The gold one?
maybe.
It was whatever place was above him. He did not get one.
Oh, I guess get fucked, I guess.
Wasn't he like 5th?
Something like that.
So he,
Yeah.
yeah, it was must have been like top 3 then.
Get a
Yeah.
Chipotle gift card at Evo.
It's kind of messed up.
Dude,
Round start 6p. Hotashi's been very conservative. I think it's a fine round start option. Just like in the context of it. Ooh. Let's just take a look at that jump. Why are you jumping, dude? That you're
I-
you're
it's fine,
trying
I
to
know.
round
you're
start.
trying to bait out. You're trying to get around 5H. Hotashi hasn't really represented that much.
No, this is a bad jump. I agree.
I know. I thought it looked like he was trying to jump over the yo-yo throw.
Like next round start, he's probably gonna 2S because he saw you 6p. It's pretty.
There's
risky
no
to do.
there's no next round. Or
There's going to be one more round at the very
Yeah.
least. This looks like, holy shit! I'm getting boxed the fuck out. What am I doing here?
Okay, let's see. He backdashed on his minus frames once. Backdash. Okay. Retreats again.
So
Backdashes
I understand what he's trying to make sense of.
So he's
That's
like
-6 by the
giga
way.
retreating.
That's -6 by the way.
I just didn't mash fast enough then.
You can punish with 5k is 6 frames, right?
That should 5p is 5 frames. So that should have connected.
2K?
Five,
It
5P
just
is,
I did too late.
5P is 4 frames.
Well, no, 5p is 4 frames. 2p is 5 frames.
Alright, there you go.
My bad. And
Yeah.
that's a 2p right there. So I just didn't do it fast enough.
No, people need to punish that, please. It's -6. Don't let me get away with it. Here's your like dash blocking. So what I am making sense of here is your dash blocking. You expect another 5H or something, or a roll JH. I don't know. I guess if you're expecting a roll there, you can put out a button, like 5K or 5P or 6P,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they
he's
did.
like perma retreating. Backdash. Retreat.
He's just keeping space. And I'm not
He's
threatening it.
Hotashi
If
is
he's-
saying that Yo-Yo is here. You need to deal with it, not me.
He's like insane. He's just backing out so much.
Lloyd,
You
like you
dash
did
up, like,
you've
deep.
done a really good job already punishing this retreating so far, and you just do nothing about it.
Yeah.
You probably want to take space because
It's probably like a good thing. I'm just like I don't know how bad my tournament nerves are at this point. I imagine not great.
Oh, nice.
Just wanna point out, auto 5K 6P. It worked out, but come on, man.
I know. I know. It's Geo Brain Rot. 100% Geo Brain Rot.
Wonderful music. Guess I'm still listening.
Hotashi has already shown many times that he can IBFD this on Wake Up, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not
no,
doing
you definitely got the
IBFD change.
IBFDs unlock.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like one of the easiest things in my opinion to auto time the IBFDs, but maybe I just play Lloyd too much.
I can just 5H there if I wanted to connect. I just didn't do the situation correctly.
You did 5K, but I think dash 5K would have been better.
Yeah.
I think you still have like enough plus frames that you're not gonna get thrown. Maybe if you do it just a super short dash.
Yeah. I think my head was I had a combo there. That was bad.
You hit the DP, you recognize the combo, you have 50% tension, but you do nothing about it.
Yeah, it's probably me going for a burst bait or something, or maybe I wanted to keep corner. I
If
don't know.
if you're going for a burst bait, don't.
Yeah.
Okay?
Or spend
Don't.
the bar and do it.
Yeah.
Even in this case, RCing to burst bait here just feels bad.
Yeah. I just do a 2-1-4K and just continue.
I think you were blocking that in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
That messes with the plus frames, so I still think you might have been plus there anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I still think there's a fuzzy throw to at least tech out of it.
I dropped the
no.
combo. I went for something fancy.
You worried about DP, okay. Throw OS. Please kill.
Oh, don't drop it again. My,
Limlin was talking about he just saw you do 6P, so look out for 2S.
Did he do 2S?
I don't know, we're seeing it now.
He did 2S. Genius.
But at least Lloyd wasn't overextending into it.
Yeah,
It
you
was
did
just-
6P again.
It was just dash block. Offensive burst. I think that's fine because Bridget has to hit you a lot. Plus, this is early enough that you might get your burst back by the time this round ends.
I guess the way to beat 2S is like walk back with punish.
what do you think?
There's a with punish. If I'm greedy, 2-1-4S. Yeah. There's options to beat it. The best is just with punish it.
What do you think of a spiral arrow in the matchup?
Spiral arrow
Uh,
is very
'cause-
medium.
I think it would actually be pretty good because he's backing off so much. It might just give you free
Y-
plus.
Like,
The thing
Like-
is, on the backdash is that I can get clipped out of it super easily.
If he does spiral
I-
arrow, you just put out 5k, and that's like a hard stop to it. 5k, Bridget 5k is fairly active.
Well, I think he's just backing off so much. Unless he's actively looking for it, I think it would work. Unless he just
Maybe.
counters it like the first time you do it.
because he's like,
I'm-
I would doubt it.
Mhm.
I don't
I-
know how you see this to react. It's really hard to react to yo-yo throw.
It's kind of, yeah, it's like 30 frames. So you just have to like be close to it and like hit
You
it.
react to yo-yo
You-
by did it hit me, yes or no.
Yeah.
That's how you react to it.
Spiral arrow isn't
Yeah.
really a call out for yo-yo. It's lucky if I do. Sorry. It's lucky if I do. Because like spiral arrow charge up time usually will just get clipped by the fireball or by yo-yo in this case.
Yeah, but
I'm also just in general bad at using yo-yo at spiral arrowing. That's also just a me problem.
You work on it, you got it.
It doesn't hurt to like test once.
yeah.
yeah.
Good to like add to the mental stack.
Mhm.
Because Hotashi's definitely gonna like think about it.
It
If
looked
he
like
does
it caught his
something, he's gonna
backdash.
like look out for it eventually. Like some players won't, they'll just autopilot through it, but he'll definitely like think about what you do.
Yeah.
This is you scared of
Let's see
DP.
the
If you're scared of
DP
DP, you don't backdash.
You just block.
or grab.
It's only good if they're mashing DP. The idea is like if they whiff. Like I don't want to block it. I want it to whiff.
Yeah, I
It's-
think you
it's
just
not a
go
good option.
RPS.
Yeah, it's not a good option.
I think you just got RPS here. Like either close S or grab.
Mhm.
Or delay close S.
This throw here is layer 1 of BRC.
Yeah.
And if you are
They
the initiator here, you can get around that layer 1 so easily.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's RPS.
It's so
Yeah.
easy to get out of. They did BRC, they backdash, they still have a bunch of plus frames because they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, the layer 1 there's like backdash.
The layer 1 for you here is probably either just block or well, getting past
can't
layer
block.
1 is get
You-
around
you,
grab.
You can't just block
Yeah.
because
it-
everything is lethal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I gambled. And
That
they
that
did.
that
I think he
Thro-
knew you were gonna grab.
that throw is like I am panicking on defense and I know how to prevent them from panicking as well, but Hotashi is definitely not going to panic in that situation.
I think he
Makes
just
sense.
he just knew you were gonna throw in that situation. That's what he
I
did.
mean, that's just you just get away with that for free. It's you backdash, you get to see what they're doing and then punish them accordingly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily he knows, I think, but it's just
It's
free.
safer.
Or you
Yeah.
just autopilot and he's like, oh, if this works, it works.
Good awareness against yo-yo.
Bad jump.
The jump itself was fine. The air dash
The-
itself
I-
was bad.
Yeah.
The air dash was bad. The jump was okay.
Okay.
The jump was like, okay, you're in the air too. There's a 6p.
Okay, did not come out. Oh, I guess I didn't. I think I thought I couldn't because I didn't even
Yeah,
take the 5
too much passive. Yeah, you're playing too like passive.
Yeah.
'Cause that's twice you're letting him get out for free.
Baiting the DP is fine every once in a while, but you are too scared of it right now. There's
With
not
meter,
50%
I could see
tension.
it, but without, if he has no meter, there's like risk reward. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way that Hotashi is building up to an RC in this
And
situation.
definitely don't like get out of range. Like you can hold block for a little bit, but do like a stack. Like he's not gonna do a delayed like DP. You should probably just do like block to catch the DP initially, and then after like half a second do like a close S.
You're,
This is me seeing that he DP'd like 3 times.
I-
already.
I-
you're scared. You're scared of
scared of
DP
it.
here. You can just do it like a block
But
string.
I could definitely see like
Yeah.
how that would happen. But you gotta play confident, or else he's just gonna like
Run me over.
steamroll you.
Yeah. And then I die here. Oh.
Doesn't do the other super.
Loop
Yeah,
the
yeah,
loop would have killed. Come on, Hotashi, please.
Yeah, that was kind of troll.
It's more experience.
Okay, I like that. Nice.
Hotashi knows that loop the loop is the better super.
Oh.
Frame traps. Comeback season.
I thought this would kill.
No.
There's
I
no
know,
way
it
that
was-
kills unless you
I
super.
know. I
You probably
made a
just want to go for like a safe jump there, because then here he's just gonna or do that.
yeah. It's
I thought he would just like do scooter,
yeah.
and then
He's-
there's like not
Yeah,
much
that's Nago. That's his Nago coming in. That's
He
does
is
that all the time on Nago. So
he's done scooter like once fucking bar.
Yeah, he likes his BRCs.
I'm actually less sad about it than I thought I would be, because I thought I got thrown by that
3 times, like 3
empty
times.
scooter. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was way more often, but it wasn't that much.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a throw. Like you don't want to take like a close S from Bridget, so
Yeah.
Wow, that challenge.
definitely take the throw.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm less upset than I was after the set.
Yeah, that's fine. It's understandable to just play like more defensive than usual against.
I
the
think
shot.
a lot of it was habits formed from playing against me specifically, and then
Not
You
having
re-
to practice on skates.
and then not adapting fast enough. Because you had some ideas that worked really well. I think you're doing a good job of challenging Yo-Yo at the right time and leaning in on some bad habits like jumping a little bit too much,
Mhm.
and just slight unfamiliarity with some of the additional things that Bridget gets to do, because she has a lot of things that she can do, and not everyone leans on one thing or another.
Mhm. Makes
I
sense.
think just like playing more confident in like general would probably help you a lot, because
Yeah.
Playing
If you're more
confident
like-
is a powerful tool.
yeah,
Yeah.
because then if they start adapting to you, you can always like fall back on like defensive play. But at the start, if you're just always defaulting to defensive play, it's pretty easy to adapt, because if they just play like 50-50, they're probably gonna win by default unless they mess
Yeah.
up.
No,
I
for
think
sure.
like defensive play basically is just like, if they mess up, I win. But if then they just play like in a solid way that is like, they're like choosing good spots to go in, and then they're also playing defensive, then they're probably gonna win, because they're just taking more chances. And then if you're not capitalizing because you're playing defensively, they're just gonna win.
Yeah. I think that for sure is like just tournament nerves gets in the way of that really easily. I definitely have really bad tournament nerves still. So I just need to find mental ways around that one. Thank you for the help.
Yeah, it would be helpful if he was
Yeah,
in
he's not even
here.
here.
He left.
Would it be
Oh,
helpful to Lloyd if we watched it?
What the heck?
Against PCH, yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, he
decimated
just
him.
dropped a bunch. Like, I don't think the score does not represent how
I mean,
close that
I
set
think you
was.
just ping him and we can
Nah.
take a look if he's free. But
I don't want to hear that, Lloyd. I want to hear that you decimated him.
I'll ping him.
Because you know PCH would be like that.
Yeah.
Can't believe he outed me. I told him to delete that shit.
can't believe you outed yourself.
Yeah, we can pick him
I
up,
sent
man.
him a message. Yeah. But if anyone else wants to go, otherwise
Oh.
it's just a lot of my face.
That the FGC Meetup set. I got you. I thought you guys
Oh,
played.
PCH said I'm so sleepy. Okay.
All right.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
shit, that's right.
I'm so salty I can't go to this one.
Sorry.
Oh, that's so weird.
Sag.
No Marvel for Limwin.
I can't be there either. Okay. All right. Well,
Big-
if PCH isn't showing up, then
I
Right.
don't care. I mean, they can do our set.
yeah, both of you are here.
Yeah.
I can drive.
I was like, I shouldn't drive.
What do you mean?
You're wrong.
Frank driving. Damn, I'm nice.
That I purposely dropped that.
I wanted you to think, give you a false sense of confidence.
Anyone who says anything else is wrong.
Shut up, I'm driving.
Oh yeah,
I got. I got.
I learned Roger dive. You can parry it. Yep. I parried against I think Caro was her name. Dive. Is that her name?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
her name.
There is a Caro.
Yeah. I parried her. I parried against her, and I was like, oh shit, you could parry this, huh?
Oh, I'm so salty Hotashi hit me with that like cross up.
All right. First off the first off the bat, what the fuck is Anji? I can't believe.
I can't believe that your recording is fucked up.
Is it fucked up? What's fucked up?
It's darker than it should be, but fine.
It's because I've got night filters on my computer.
I don't believe that.
I do, but that shouldn't affect the recording.
Aren't you the YouTube editor?
I gotta. Oh, I wish.
Oh, did we play Nago this set or Anji this set?
Nago.
He plays Nago.
Okay.
Like Nago. I mean, Aang can answer that
What
for
happened?
this. Nothing. We were talking about how your Anji would have been sick here, but you played Nago.
Oh,
No. We were just asking which one you played. Yeah, we got with the intro rock for
It is
some
so dark.
reason.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought too.
Wait, is that a Bacon mod?
Yeah, it's a plus R mod.
Oh.
So, let me do because this is easier. Round start 2K and round start walk back
Okay,
and
then.
dash.
Who?
Yeah. So this is a fine round start. I think 2K is mediocre against Biken. I find it doesn't cover.
It doesn't cover Far Slash.
That's the main thing. It doesn't cover far slash. It doesn't cover walk back 2-8, which are two pretty good options. So it's nice. It's a bigger button than something like 2P. It doesn't get low profiled like 5K does, but in general, not a big fan. if you are going to use it, you do have to be ready with the 6P on deck, because if a far slash comes out to try to whiff punish the 2K or this happens, then 6P can save you. Otherwise, you can also do 2K Fukyo back, which I'm a big fan of.
Gotcha.
Says Frank
I
being
just fucked
dumb.
up.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
this
fine.
combos, and I was like, no, it doesn't.
I like that. I like that's a good jump from Frank. I think
They said
think
they made.
here I don't like the jump as much as just staying on the ground. And if you want to get in, you can just do Beyblade and call out. So in this range, most of the time what Biken's going to want to do, which is what Frank did, is Kabari. So just walking up and doing Beyblade to catch another Kabari
So
is better.
so this is not supposed to be a jump kick. This is supposed to be a jump to Tommy, Matt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Matt,
And,
did that?
I don't think it does anything. I don't think Jump to Tommy really does a whole lot against Nago. So that's something that I'm worried about a whole lot. But definitely doing JS is definitely better than doing Super Jump Forward JH, because that gets counter hit by JS super easily. But in general, I think if you have a little bit of blood to spend, I prefer staying on. Once you get to 2 blood and JH becomes really amazing, and it's a little bit harder for Biken to counter, that's when I think you should be looking to jump in. And this doesn't even just go for Biken. I think just in general, that's my preference in how I like to play.
I think that's a good note. It's I definitely lean on JS a little too much.
Great challenge. See, let's take a look at that stagger pressure real fast.
I would have done it again.
Of course you would have. No, good block. I don't mind not challenging here. I do for after the Yozansen, I think FDing is pretty good. If they go for something like 5P, they'll get pushed out enough so that they can't stagger pressure 5P, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen here, but something to keep in mind.
I'm so greedy.
Great burst. Yep, you sit there. Oh, great. That was just barely. You didn't get hit, which was great. If you were faster on that jump in, Frank, you'd have caught the recovery of JF.
And if this was a old Nago, I would have got my ass blown up.
Yes, you would have. Count your stuff. I mean, that's basic Viking shit. But you definitely have to. When Viking players realize that you're not challenging at all after their pressure into their special, that's when they start doing the Escabari. Can't let them do that. And Escabari is super reactable, so definitely 6B should be your go-to for getting rid of that.
You can super there too.
Yeah, so in this situation, after knockdown, you should definitely be supering. Especially if you can react to them doing Kabari as a wake-up option, definitely super.
Stupid tether broke.
And then okay, so backdash. Yeah, I mean that's hard to. Was that both hits of
It was both
to
hits of Tommy.
Yeah.
Stupid tether broke.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is.
Oh, boohoo.
Yeah, this mechanic's dumb.
I think would you have caught it if you had like literally like 4 more blood or whatever? Maybe.
I think it might have been
so.
because I think I tried this multiple times
Yeah.
throughout this set, and then I end up trying to either far slash or 5H later. I can't remember just because
Yeah.
me and Frank play a million games a week.
This this situation is even though it's the end of Biken's turn, it's still just awful because after both Tatami hits, Biken can backdash, jump H, or far slash or parry. You know, you're not out of the woods yet. So
Right.
to make it a little bit easier, I mean, you know, and this is obviously easier said than done, and that's not even something that I do, even after playing against Frank so much, is trying to IB the tatami hit. Because once you do that, if you can threaten throw, that's when they have to play a lot more conservative.
Okay.
And if they're that close, then you'll get close slash as an option, which will catch back most of them. Think you were close enough to. Yeah, I can see why you went for that.
It's like two parts to that. So it was the proximity, and then it was if he does the follow up also.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
covering multiple options. I think that's a fine option, especially because you have bar. You just have to be ready to use the bar.
yeah.
I PRC'd because I thought if I did the second hit, he'd super my ass.
Yeah, that's fair too. That's great. Yeah.
You're respecting parry.
Yeah.
You do that a lot.
I think if you're going to play against Becken, you can't respect parry as Nago. That's your advantage. Specifically amongst the cast, you're one of the few characters that can disrespect parry.
Or at least let me threaten it before you start
Right.
respecting it. I mean, you're at 4 HP at this point, right? It's a first to 5. Let me put out the threats I'm willing to fucking parry.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Let's count the blood. So Fuke back, that's 45.
Yeah, that just broke.
Fuger forward, that's another 45, and then clone is going to be 90. So you're about 180, but you do 2K 2D into 6H, so that's going to get you 60 back. So you're at about 1 bar and 20. So if you do another clone here, you'll be pretty close to about 250, 260 ish. Right? It's you're going to lock yourself into not having an option to use special cancels, but and that's at this in this patch that's a lot scarier because that means you're also going to take a whole bunch more damage, but using clone invalidates parry. Biken doesn't have gold burst, so that's not an option, and it does let you get another 50-50 in. If that doesn't work out, you can always back off, and at that range, if you do a backdash from here at this range, I think you're pretty much golden against Biken. Like it's so hard for Biken to get Kabari out without getting counter hit by 5H. Biken can't really jump if you can reaction 6P, or if you're better and you can reaction 2H, which I can't. I think definitely in this matchup, using your blood to invalidate specifically parry, and then mixing up your stagger pressure at high blood is the way to play it. Because even at let's say you're at about 250, 260 blood, right? Even at that level, you can almost get away with one more special if it's going to kill, or two more if you do Beyblade into DP if that's going to, which is, I mean, that's like 25% health. Pretty close to that. You're like about one straight hit off of that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's fair.
I just fuck up an input there.
That's great. So that's gonna take us down another 60. So you should be at about a bar and a half after all of this is done. That's great. So I believe you were even. Yeah, you're definitely even there. So you definitely can't press a button there as Biken. Your Nuggle's too far. None of your burns are really gonna do anything. You might have been able to kill. It's close.
I can explain.
With Biken Guts, you might be able to continue the combo using RC, but
RC the 6H.
you can RC the 5K.
Oh, the 5K. Okay.
Yeah. It's questionable. I don't hate not going for it. Yeah. And then especially, I mean, so sitting here is definitely scary, right? If you're going to respect parry, I don't think this is the way to do it. I don't think sitting next to Biken where they have the option to throw or parry, and if they choose throw, it's a really bad time for you. I think that's the way to do it. If you're going to do it, you should stay far enough out of Biken's range that they're far slash with. I think that's the sweet spot.
Gotcha.
But this is fine. I like that option as a round 3 option. Frank has shown walk back, air dash, and second round was far slash, right?
I don't remember.
Something like that.
I don't think it was fire slash.
I think it's in general. I think round 3, Fukio back Beyblade is a good option. It covers everything except Kabari basic. So I'm a fan there. You just gotta continue that. Fine. It's not fine in this. It's less fine, I should say. In this patch, if you get that hit and it doesn't continue, your blood is gonna be, pretty high, like 1.2 blood. It's kind of rough. Being able to get all that blood down using // is super nice. Yep. Classic walk back and forth into 6P. That's great. You have to. You do have to. This is like the third time Frank's jumped in using air dash, instant air dash. You just have to be ready to 6P it. Back up to air dash in. So. That's pretty nice forward movement, Frank.
Yeah, putting up against a bunch of testaments would make you walk and dash forward.
Yeah.
What you trying to challenge there?
I think I just pressed too. Like I thought you were gonna reset, but that was the wrong spot to do it at.
I just dropped my combo there. I know what to do there better.
I mean, I like that you didn't press after Kabari. Frank has a bar. There's almost no reason to press after Kabari. If you don't have a bar, you could super if you wanted to. I think mainly here, if you can once again FD out of the 5P 6K tatami pressure.
Yeah, be careful with FDing out of 5P, because if you put me too far from 6K, I'm plus.
Right, but your Biken's going to have to cancel into a special at some point. And if they go into 6K from super far away after 5P, there's a long gap there.
Yeah,
you can get out.
It.
You can interrupt it. You can 6P it. You can Fukio out. You can backdash out. You can do a lot of defensive options. Otherwise, it does force them to cancel into a special at some point, and when even if they cancel into Tatami and you don't get hit by the first hit, that there's enough of a gap there for you to also. So keeping that in mind is super important. It's super important mid screen at the very least. I think in the corner it's a little bit less important. Biken's sort of going to run you over regardless.
I can do a bigger combo here too. Was I trying to super there? I mean, no, I'm just teabagging there.
What?
Because you can't get super here.
Interesting.
The Tommy map pushes you so far up that you need super afterwards.
I think that hit that Tatami, he's dead. You got RC.
No, I was trying to super here, so that's so.
I think.
So you can't super there. I just dropped the super input. You can see me double teabag.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to keep it simple. It would have 100% killed at 2 blood at that range.
Oh yeah, no, it would have.
I was actually trying to do...
is doing super more simple than just using RC. I like using RC personally, but it's up to you.
It should have just been as simple as 2 quarter circles button, and I just fucked it up.
But, you know.
Slash. I don't hate respecting parry there.
It's not even about respecting parry. It's about respecting super.
Yeah, that's also true.
Though I think, yeah, I mean, you don't want to fluke it back at this point because you've already used up a whole bunch of your blood. Yeah, I think this is sort of the smartest play.
Yeah, I think that was like part of the reason why I didn't do the frame kill was because I didn't know this is. Sorry, I was looking at the resources, so I didn't get a chance to press it, and then I realized if I clone any supers, I'm dead.
Oh yeah,
and I decided not to do anything. So
I would have 100% supered if I saw the clone coming.
It's definitely pressure is definitely not the right thing to do here. The thing that you could do is Fukio back, which would put you at like 2.5 bars, and that's scary because that you're locking yourself out of being able to use a special for basically the entirety of the round, and that could be fine if Frank wasn't about to build. So I think being in this situation, what I would have done is respect the bar and then maybe yellow our seed and try to go in for a command.
You don't. Yeah. It's a very ballsy challenge there.
It definitely is. I mean, you have to do something. I don't think it's. I think if you were going to do something, you should have supered.
You know what? This is a super. There was no way I would do the first slash you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Great idea. It's not gonna kill. It might break wall. It's no, super is weird, but it will get you down to about 0.8 blood ish, which will get you back in the game. So I love that idea. If you're going to bet everything on something, super is. In this case, you don't get super. Fine. This is rough. I don't think there's much you can do other than RC the fire slash, which who's going to be ready for that if you're trying to super? Nobody. Fine.
Eat the 50-50.
I mean, there's, 4 50-50s coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing you could do is try to YRC after close slash, which is a terrible idea. So same. frame restart, I think that's fine. You just have to be careful about Kabari, but Frank hasn't shown Kabari yet, so not too worried about it. You should. This is something that I haven't seen you do. You should definitely do Beyblade into DP at some point.
Okay.
Because not only will it be a frame trap if they block it, you can also continue the combo if you hit. So keeping that in mind. Yeah. I don't hate that jump or that JS really. I think you might be better off if you wanted to get Oki is just Fukyoing forward and
Yeah.
doing like 2S
2S.
instead. 2S from one Fukyo forward, not a full Fukyo, but if you do like a shorter Fukyo from around here, 2S, you'll probably be far enough out that parry is not going to be a problem. Otherwise, you could do 5H, which from a far enough range, that's definitely not gonna parry's not gonna be a problem. I think jumping here just like Frank has so much time to recognize that you're jumping in air dash. Ooh, what was that?
Can talk about the jump age.
Yeah, jump H into fire slash.
I'm acting like I'm in fucking the corner there.
And then the 5K gets beaten by far slash. Well, are you plus enough that should happen? Have you tested that?
I have not, but
Okay.
I know jump ages. I think I wanted close slash and I got far slash.
Yeah, I mean that'll depend on spacing, but regardless, that's it's not something that I've tested either. But that could be worth something I'm looking at is exactly how plus Biken is at that point.
She's pretty plus at the JH.
Yeah, but a 7-frame button versus a 9-frame button, I don't know. It's not even it's not a trade either. It's a counter hit.
Yeah.
So great burst.
Should have 5K there.
Oh, to continue though.
Yeah, we probably would have been able to 5K jump dust.
Yeah.
Or I could even just well no, I think I was already inputting the TKOs onto there.
I don't hate this backdash, but Frank hasn't shown throw yet. He is running up a lot, so I understand it, but could be better to.
So both of those were backdashes here. It was back to back.
Yeah.
And part of this is I don't backdash as Nago a ton.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, I'd rather Fukio. Like if I'm gonna do something like that, like when he's approaching. But this is just like rollover from like playing Anji like exclusively for the past couple weeks or something. But yeah, it's like that's a habit I have to break. Like now that I can run and like there's a lot of things that Anji can do where you can backdash afterwards to make yourself quote unquote safe. That's just a habit I have to break. And I think that's a lot of people's habits from what we've been seeing, or not a lot of people's, but like people think like backdashing is they kind of use it as a crutch, and it's like when you get called out for it, it's like pretty bad.
It hurts. It hurts a lot. I don't hate it in certain situations, especially like this isn't a safe jump setup. So if they wanted to cover backdash, they would have to Gatling into something instantly. I mean, obviously Nago has something like that. I'm not, and I know Kai has something like that. Not sure about bike, and I'm pretty sure you could go like if the close slash whiffs, you could go into 2S and still catch the backdash. But
I could 5H.
Yeah, you could. I'm sure you could do something to catch it. So it's not necessarily an amazing option. That being said, I don't hate using it. Ever. Against Biken, it's a lot more difficult because her close slash is really active. I think it's better used against characters that don't have as active of close slashes. Yeah, I see. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you could have 6P'd that, but
Probably could have. Got a bad.
I understand why you backdash that. Yeah. I'm guilty of the same thing.
That's so bad.
I think definitely using 6P as a challenge after something like a trade. 6P or 5K after a trade will get you pretty far. I think in this case, 6P would be better. 5K is liable to just get hit by Fire Slash at that range, but against Vikings, 6P after as a challenge after a trade or something like that is going to get a lot of mileage because of how much they like to throw out Fire Slash. Interesting. So that was instant.
Is it?
I don't like. Frank has shown so far that he's done Far Slash like 2 times, so this is a little bit risky, especially because you don't have burst.
Mhm.
It's if you're thinking that Frank's not going to do it again because you've been doing Fukio backwards into Beyblade, I think it's fine. It's a you're adapting to them adapting before they've shown that they've done it. I think it's fine, but just keep in mind that that's what you're doing. So this is something I do a whole lot. Far slash clone. Frank knows that he can get away with up back into air dash.
You're so like minus after the second.
I mean, it depends on the range, right? If Nago's closer, then people can challenge it. Otherwise, they can up back out of it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not something that you have to hold. That being said, up backing by default is liable to get you hit by Beyblade. So, yeah, that's a great anti-air. So, even if Frank hadn't done an anti-air at that point, he could have. When you were here, he could have jumped back JS, and it would still counter hit you. And it's like the worst feeling in the world. But if you're at higher blood, you're more likely to trade with it. Or, I mean, this is something that I took from you. JK here in this situation is actually really good against JS. So use maybe consider doing that instead of doing JS.
Okay.
Right there, you know better. You should be hitting 5K.
So I wanted the thing that went through my head was because we were tethered. I wasn't sure if you were like how far we were gonna be. If it messes with the distance after we tag.
It doesn't. I mean, like either way, like so, like right there, like it's gonna pull us. Go ahead and play a little bit more. Look how close we are. I mean, like I should be hitting 5K there. I shouldn't be hitting close.
You should be hitting like 5P.
So I should be hitting something else than Fire Slash. I just it beats out. Usually, it beats out a lot of throw tech follow up options for a lot of people. So I default to it. Yeah. And I know against Nago that's not true.
Yeah, 5K with its range and its startup.
It beats it every time.
It'll beat everything. When you're tethered, 5P might beat 5K, but I don't know.
My
off the
5K
top
will
of my head.
My 5K will trade with
which is fine too.
5K. Yeah.
So yeah, the 2S in that situation, Bacon just this is what I mentioned earlier. Bacon just gets to go up for free. It's a situation. I mean, if you decide that after this tatami that you don't want to do anything, and you just wait for them, at that point, if Biken decides to jump, you can Fuki out.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
don't-
first time that Frank's done that.
I don't know I don't know what would happen afterwards. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know either, but I didn't fucking code this stupid ass tether mechanic, so you know.
It's party time.
Yeah, if it was up to me, it wouldn't exist. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, this is the first time that Frank's done it, so I don't hate just putting out your 2S, which is the normal layer 1 option. But moving forward, that's something you should be looking for. Are they going to continue their pressure, or do they want to jump and jumping and JHing? They're putting themselves in the corner if you just wait. So that's a win-win. Yeah, you can't really hit a button there, can you?
No. I'm plus.
Yeah, plus is all hell. Great. Great
Hi,
6
kid,
speed. Oh, you should definitely be spending blood there.
Yeah, I had just like gotten in the habit of that, and then yeah, that's
And then you
something I
stopped playing
need.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like his like being able to convert off a 6P like Anji has a very hard time doing that, and now knowing like how powerful that is just like, okay, well, that I need to be doing that consistently if I want to continue playing Nago.
Yeah, definitely have to use it. You have options, right? You can either do Beyblade is my go-to. It's not as good as DP. Beyblade into 2S OTG works. You can do DP into walk forward 6H. Is fine. It's conservative. You'll only spend 30 blood after that 6H OTG. So low cost. Oh, you tried to 2S what?
I was waiting for the burst.
You have bar.
Yeah, no. I realize that now, but I was waiting for the burst there.
Yeah, I understand.
I should have just.
you shouldn't wait for the burst. Just with bar instead of. You get cold bursted for your trouble. Oh. Just barely cross up.
I don't even. He blocks it. I think he dies with chip.
There's FD going on. Oh, is
Yeah.
that your FD?
I don't know what it is, but he definitely blocks it.
No. Ang's definitely. I don't know. It's hard to.
Hit play. There should be a counter in the back, right? That's so hard to tell.
Yeah. Regardless.
I think he was FDing, and then I swapped sides, and he swapped block, but didn't FD in time.
And that could definitely be. Yeah, I mean, you know, Frank did Fire Slash last time. This beats everything except for Fire Slash, so you have to show DP at some point.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the strongest round starts, and like showing that I'm willing to just spend that blood right away is definitely something I like to do.
Yeah, definitely, and doing it this far into the set it is way better than taking the risk early on because of how easy access Far Slash is to Biken. So, A+ on that theory. I think you're letting Biken get in a little bit too easy. Like early 6P is great, especially at this range, right? Like if we watch it again. Especially at like this range right here, early 6P, if Biken does instant air dash or walk up button, early 6P will beat both of them. Like it'll just catch the air dash. So just sitting there, letting Biken get in. And I understand you don't want to use 2S all that much after the nerf. I definitely think it's important to put your button out as opposed to letting Biken run all over you.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I think you haven't shown that you're going to do anything after getting raw Fukio'd or raw Yozansen, and Biken gets to do the Fire Slash stuff.
Well, no, I mean I'm plus after if it hits.
Right, but how plus are you?
I'm plus enough to do whatever I really. It's like pretty much almost like a following your Zansen.
Is it going to beat 5p?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's Tower plus. Good old tether. And then I don't get close slashing again. I foot.
Great. Oh. Sir.
Just dropped.
Yeah, the juggle might have been weird. I'm not generally. It's generally what happens if most of the time if you fast RC that, you're gonna get a far slash and you'll just get to continue the Rekka. But in this case, you got close slash, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Pretty sure it just has to do with the positioning at that point. Yeah, see, at this point, I like the jump, because of how much blood you have. And it's going to go down, so this is your prime time to actually be able to use this high blood with JH. Frank is ready with his jump back JS. That's fine. Just that he ends up passing over, so it's a little bit unfortunate. I don't hate the burst, but I don't like it either. I think you're working with somewhat limited resources, especially before Frank has spent this bar.
I thought for sure he was at 6p or 6h,
Right.
2h, whatever it is.
Right. Do anything, right? But especially in this situation, you're basically going to get one tapped. You're working with limited blood and you're even on bar. So I'm not necessarily a big fan of that burst. I think you just eat it and take the L.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, if you see them lining up, I would prefer to do 2S, but I think 5H is fine. I think that's just me being over reliant on Nago 2S. Yep. That's great. Ends up working out, thankfully. This. This is the risk that you had to take. If Frank jumps it, you're sort of banking it all on that. But
yeah.
Nice Fukio. You still get clipped, but then you still block the JS. But that's a great Fukio. Fukio has upper body invincibility, so sometimes you'll just be able to go under moves like Eno's HCL. It's a great backdash. Fine. Yeah, that was a nice IB on that. Let's Frank do 5p to challenge.
I need to do 5k there. No, not here. I wanted to grab. I should. I was trying to practice against the IB timing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to do 5k there.
I got wrecked by the ethereal.
Because 5k also threatens the overhead there.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, close slash was onto and then pushed me out too far and gave me far slash. And that I needed a micro dash there.
Yeah, I mean, you did. I think it just wasn't far enough. Feels like the. Yeah. Weird spacing. I don't think. On tether, if you get hit with tether and you're not able to react to Pike and his bar, I don't think it's worth trying to do anything. Probably just block high and wait.
Sure, supered.
You should have supered? Yes.
Yeah.
Again, is there really?
Great side switch, but
Great side switch.
again because tether. Yep, that's great.
And I put myself in the corner, which is bad.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, so here, like this jump is great. I
could just jump button.
Yeah, I think you don't in mid screen. I think this is fun because you guys just switch positions. But when you have the corner, I definitely think just recognizing that you don't need to air dash.
Air dash. Yeah.
Because you know that Nago's going to Fukio after clone. The only time they don't is when it's a missed input. I can tell you that from from first person experience. So and that catches line frames, and that's a fine burst. And Nago hasn't used, enough blood for Nago to be locked out of the round, but it does mean that the specials are going to be a little bit more limited. So I think it's fine. That being said, if what you're worried about is damage, I definitely think this is not the right place to burst. Right? It's a great place if you want to mitigate their blood gain or blood loss, however you want to look at it. Not the best burst for negating damage. There's a great couple of interactions there with 2K being fast enough to. So that IB makes it so that you can 2K and just wait, and then you can just see if they go for the JH afterwards, you can Fukio under. In this case, you 2S, like it jumps over, that's fine. You still get a block, which is great. This situation, if you get this, I think 6H will probably work still, which is what I would go for. Just because you don't have a ton of blood anyway, you're not going to kill with a combo. So just getting an OTG 6H is the way to go.
It's also just hard to recognize at that point, right?
Yeah, it definitely depends on if you're able to go back and forth between just continuing a combo when you have blood available and then like flipping a switch and just going for short OTG combos when you have high blood and you can't afford to continue the combo. If you're able to flip that switch, then you're going to get mileage out of this. Otherwise, this is like the basic. This is the thing that you do if you're early in the round, and which is fine to do. Yeah, I mean, I think in that case, I think you could have even put out a 5P and it would have been fine. Like Frank is so close when he's trying to air dash at you. now, now you're in hurt territory where not a lot you can do. Yeah, 5K
Yeah,
right
5K.
there.
Yeah, 5K smokes me there. I'm just not respecting it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a scary yellow burst, but you can't take another mix up. So it's an RPS between are they going to try to mix me up or are they going to wait? So
I'm mixing. That was me like, he'll clone.
right,
I was like, he just cloned. He'll clone again.
especially with no blood to worry about. There is in
Yeah,
in
so
this situation you can definitely like just choose an option, whether it's mashing or jumping or something.
yeah, my thought was like he just did this and I had bar because I could have super.
Oh yeah, and I
before
mean
then.
I think you were also probably somewhat reacting to the the little teabag that he did.
Disrespectful. Don't come to Skokie this Friday. Oh shit, man! I'm sorry. uh,
I think if you're a little bit more ballsy there. You can probably hit close slash or 6. I mean, 6P will definitely work.
You can 6B it.
You can probably close slash and it might also still work.
Might trade.
Yeah, might trade. Hey, look, bike and whiff to Kabari in neutral. Let me try to walk forward. Nope.
Like 1/3 of the stone.
I think that was a Fuki forward DP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pressed my fastest button there.
Yeah, it's rough. I think it's a great idea if Biken doesn't run forward. If
Yeah.
Biken runs forward, it'll cover Biken trying to do anything from slightly further away or Biken trying to air dash. So I think that's great. It doesn't. This specific situation only happens if Biken runs forward. You are committing a lot without putting out a hurt box in that situation, though. So, like, if you Beyblade here, right, instead of trying to DP, I think the reward is less, but the risk is less too. Because the worst case scenario, I think what happens is Biken will air dash and end up in the corner, and you'll be out of the corner.
True.
So using Beyblade as a way to just bully your offense is great, but also in this situation, you're trying to bully yourself just into a better position on the screen, which I think is it's great for that too, and it's better than trying to do Fukyo DP. Fukyo DP when they're in the corner is definitely much better because you're able to control how far away they're going to be, and you'll cover ground and air at the same time twice if you want to. So
It's
it's great. Great backdash.
bad dash to 2H.
Yeah. That's hard to do, but if you're able to do it, that's great. Yeah, I think definitely in these situations where because they're dashing at you, just gotta be ready with that 6P. That's a great block. Oh,
No, I should have IC'd.
yeah. So another situation where here 5K 6H, like you do the right thing in not committing because you can. you will die if you
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
commit to a longer combo. So that situational awareness is great. If you take that one step forward and just do the short combo with a no TG,
Mhm.
like perfect, like chef's kiss. So I don't like this throw here at all, mostly because of this bar situation.
I mean, I understand it. I think he's expecting me to go in because I have bar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just like my default. And then I realized shortly after that, if he's spending bar here, it's a lot of the time it hasn't been after the follow up. It's been
Right before the follow up.
right before the follow up, and then Yozansen comes or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, because somebody likes to grab me.
I see more than just somebody to grab. Have you know?
I don't. That was like almost full risk. I wanted to grab there so bad.
I mean, what I'm seeing here is great. That being said,
on this IB, I wanted to grab.
right. So I mean, that's the scary part, right? You can't just automatically assume that it's not gonna work. If you even if you IB it, you are it's still an RPS situation. It's not guaranteed the way it is for RAM. You can definitely fluke it forward, do 5k 6h, something like that. 5k close slash
Okay.
6h. If you fluke it forward, you'll basically end up like right here underneath Biken, but the knee on Nago is still a hitbox for 5k, so it'll continue the juggle. But I think the delayed media is great.
I couldn't tell you what I was going for.
Backdash. I can. There you go.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Backdash.
Just nothing.
I definitely think you should spend bar here.
He doesn't get into wall breaks.
See not?
No. Well, I'm stuck on wall and he gets it off of that.
Yeah. So in that case, what you should do is do a combo that's well, I mean you have another option, right?
Pop.
You can pop.
True.
And you can put it all on the line right there.
I don't like it. I prefer what you did. You know, if you're not going to if you don't build bar, it's fine. I don't like to pop, but you do have that option. It's better now, in the most current patch, because it will also get rid of your blood, which means you're going to take less damage. Something to keep in mind. 2S? Yep.
No blocked feet.
Hey, that's a great. That is Guilty Gear right there.
I'm gaming.
If that was me, I would have tried to 6p and gun smoked for it. So, you know. Yeah, A+ on that reaction. That was bound to happen. What was that, Frank?
That was not a super jump. That's what that was.
I see.
That's the old way to switch sides. Empty
So you
jump.
can probably
No.
hit a button there too, but grabbing is fine. Grabbing is a little bit scary because they can always backdash, and because Frank didn't hit a button, he should just be able to backdash the throw.
I'm trying to grab there.
Yeah.
I think he catches me in my landing.
Yeah, if you do anything other than backdash, you're fucked. But
I do it again. And I was like, alright, I'll grab him this
doing
time.
the same thing.
But I had enough.
I wonder.
You could have definitely hidden anything at that point. Oh, does that kill?
No,
No.
A, I don't think it will. B, you have burst, and C, I mean, you can continue this combo using RC if you're close to the corner, but no, I think this is fine.
There's other hairstyles you could do.
Yeah.
It's short, but that adds nothing to the conversation.
Right. I like that you didn't. So the normal thing to do in this situation is to go for the third Rekka into RC, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic that you didn't do it because of the bar situation. Parry being the main threat with one bar, it's definitely scary to go for a third Rekka. Especially like if you were higher health, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. At this low of health, and like about to get one more bar, I think playing it safe is definitely the right decision. Is this how we're gonna do all of our damage?
Consider that you have 100% tension you could have killed with throw RC into
Yeah,
Saber.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in an empty jump and not get caught every time. That one I got smoked for. I don't know what I'm doing there. I should. Maybe I'm trying to super or something here. But this time I jumped out and didn't press a button because last time I got smoked for it.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely great to not always press a button, right? Sometimes you should. Sometimes you should.
I dropped super. I don't know what I was pressing button there.
Mm-hmm. Hang on. Like I was looking at something else.
Nothing really happened. Same thing. Jump in. No 6 speed.
Good. I like the fluke back into doing nothing. Yeah, so hitting to us while you're tethered is.
Oh, I get a full combo.
Not even that. I just don't think it's very good value because bikers are always up backing when they're tethered.
Mm-hmm.
If they're on the ground, they're hitting you. Otherwise, they're up backing. So
I'm actually just.
That you just have to switch your default to doing 5k as an anti-air / 6p.
It's even better when tethered because you don't even up back. You just backdash and it automatically puts you in the air.
Right.
Again, the 20 bottles. Who wants your hair?
Wow, you are not scared at all.
Well, I don't use condition for it when you play.
So on stride and wall break is two very different spacings.
It is, but throwing on far slash after wall break, that's scary.
I have to respect him here. He's got half a bar. You could blue RC.
Well, what you should be doing is doing down back.
Oh yeah, I was walking back.
Because 2S will still smoke you here. I think far slash is what, 14, 15 frames at this blood? At this blood? So, 2S being what 11? 11 frames? Yeah, definitely my go-to. Especially if they don't have bar after wall break.
Does it reach at only 1 bar?
It doesn't change the reach.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It changes reach for the heavy buttons, but it does not change reach for 2S. Or, well, I mean, the slash buttons, I should say, because that also changes far slash startup. No Kabari. So you haven't shown Kabari at all.
I've done it twice.
Around cert?
Mm-hmm.
There's miss.
There's no point in going back. I've done it twice.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother going back. Okay. You just haven't. I guess you just haven't caught any of the
I think I
options.
think I caught it like once. I mean, it's a super committal thing for me to do.
But Aang has been backdashing a whole, or not backdashing, but Fukyoing back a whole
Yeah.
bunch. So. Oh,
Oh yeah, I totally
So-
meant to drop that.
I bet you did. I think this is probably too far to get 5H OTG anymore. It's like basically max range. I haven't actually tested what the range is anymore, but you used to be able to get another full OTG 5H, but probably can't anymore. So I think this is fine. I think if you see Plykin, this is the main time that you're allowed to 2H in this matchup, is if you see them super jump. This is like the perfect angle for you to be able to 2H. Otherwise, doing 2H is super committal. Like here, because it's a crouching button, they get a full punish off of it from far slash.
I hate
Yep.
you.
Great backdash. Yeah. 10-15, so probably stop there with this one. You did a first 3. So main takeaways on this: being able to go from your normal combos to your short OTG combos when you're at high blood, being able to 6B bike in, and something that you were doing towards the middle of the set, which is what this is doing the IB on the tatami. I think those 3 things definitely gonna help you a whole lot.
They gotta 6P me.
Yeah.
I always like, oh, he ain't 6P in, oh, it's free. And I'm just jumping in there, JS, Zanson, not a thought in the world going through my head.
And then the other thing is being able to do Beyblade into GP. You have to throw that at some point.
Yeah,
It's super committal. You don't always have to do it, but a lot of the times when you should be doing it is when you're pushing them into the corner, and you have bar.
Yeah, my comfort thing after Beyblade is like Fukyoing back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I need to represent that. I'm willing to front throw.
Make me respect it, even if it's like you do it only once or twice.
Yeah.
Just put it in the back of my head, like, well, I could die here.
And if you do it when you have bar, even if it gets blocked, then you have the ability to either RC out of it and not spend more blood, or go all in and then RC to see if you're able to catch something.
Mm-hmm.